next guest started out on the television show Seventh Heaven, and now she's moved on to the big screen. Her latest film is Elizabethtown, and she was just named the sexiest woman alive by Esquire magazine. Please welcome Jessica Biel.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Sexiest woman alive. That's got to be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I think you're holding up well. I think.
Thank you.
But sexiest woman alive, it's just so, it just feels like, you know, a lot, right?
It does feel like a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I sort of feel like, are you sure? Did you pick? I mean, I feel like my parents must have voted for me. I mean, or paid them off.
That would be weird.
Or something.
Jessica Biel is. Jessica Biel is a famous American actress, model. Oh, she a producer and singer. I didn't even know she made music. I have to look into that. Oh, it says actually she started off as a singer. School works until she was the cast of Mary Camden in family drama Seven Heaven. Oh, that's right. She was in Seven Heaven. That's where she started off as. But yeah, I guess she was singing before she became an actress. Oh yeah, that's Jessica Biel, a famous actress. So her birthday is March 3rd, 1982. She just turned 42 years old. So her birthday was like a week and a half ago. So let's get into it. So Jessica Biel is a sun in Pisces, a moon in Gemini, a Mercury in Aquarius, a Venus in Aquarius, a Mars in Libra, a Jupiter in Scorpio, a Saturn in Libra, a Uranus in Sagittarius, a Neptune in Sagittarius, a Pluto in Libra, a North Node in Cancer, and a Lilith in Sagittarius. Then her rising sign is a Cancer. So, real quick, like I always have to do, just in case you new here, most people know what your sun sign is because your sun sign is what you look up when you look up your birthday. So it's the most common thing in the basics that most people know about astrology, but every planet serves a purpose and represents something different and can tell, like, you know, your life path. I always say your sun, moon, and rising sign is your big three. So them the three most important when it comes to determining somebody's personality. I always look at your sun sign, that's the outer you, the way that you think. Your moon sign is the inner you, your feelings, the deeper you. Your rising sign is your social personality, how people views you. So if you look at them three, them like what I consider the big three that really tells the most about your personality. But every planet rules something different, which I'll get into. So first, um, her sun is in Pisces. So if you new here, oh Pisces, so which most people know, like your sun sign. So Pisces is a water sign, just like Scorpio and Cancer. So they dealing with emotions, they dealing with the feelings. They a lot of Pisces is you know, they more so emotional than like air signs who more logical and more so thinkers. So and it also Pisces is a mutable sign. So mutable signs is open and changing their ways of doing things. So for Pisces being a water sign, they're gonna be open to seeing other people who like emotionally, like changing their emotional stances on things. They probably the most empathetic sign who able to see other people's feelings and match and mirror other people emotional feelings. And a lot of Pisces have a lot of emotional intelligence. So that's what a mutable sign is. Just like Gemini is a mutable air sign, so it's dealing with thinking. So a lot of Geminis is going to be open and able to change their way of thinking and communicating when it comes to people. So that's what being a mutable sign is. And then also Pisces is known for being empathetic, sensitive. They rule by the planet Neptune. Every planet has a sign that rules it. So Neptune and Pisces goes together. Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, spiritual, what else? Dreams, illusions, it has to do with daydream, the spiritual world, the outer realm. It has a lot to do with being like artistic and different things. So a lot of Pisces gonna have them traits that I just named. So what else about Pisces? Pisces is what else? Oh, Pisces, the symbol is really two fish swimming in the opposite direction. So a lot of Pisces is gonna be have conflicting thoughts, and they gonna a lot of Pisces is they a dual sign, so they gonna be kind of two sides to them. But the two fish swimming in opposite directions always views that Pisces is always looking at the other side of things. Pisces could have a grass is greener on the other side personality. A lot of Pisces is gonna be they always gonna be like conflicted in their life. Like a Pisces can be married, but then wish that they was single, and then when they single, they can wish that they was married. They can dream about being somewhere else than what they really are. Dream about being something else that they already is. Like, Pisces can always be, they always got a conflicting way of doing things. So, they always conflicted within. So that's the main trace about a Pisces. So they sun sign, the way that they think is gonna be that of a Pisces of all the things that I named. So their moon sign is in her moon sign is in Gemini. So Gemini is the air sign, a mutable air sign. So and like I said, it's dealing with changing and having the different ways of communicating and being more open to other people's thoughts. So Gemini is also the sign of communication ruled by Mercury, which is the sign of communication and intellect. So a lot of Geminis going to be good talkers, good speakers. A lot of Geminis, they also another dual sign. So they going to have a lot of Geminis always get associated with being two-faced or having two personalities. A lot of Geminis are social people. They love talking. They love interacting with people. A lot of Geminis are outgoing. A lot of Geminis are smart, funny, witty. Like them does some things that's associated with Gemini. So what I noticed with her sun and moon sign is that she got two mutable signs, mutable sun sign and a mutable moon sign. So that means that Jessica Biel probably is gonna have two personalities to her. Like she could have different, kind of like a split personality because she has the Gemini moon, and then also she very mutable. So she gonna be very open to changing the way she think and the way she feel when it comes to things. So I can see Jessica Biel being a very open person, a person that's easy to get along with, easygoing person, a person who could probably get along with anybody. So that's what I noticed the most about her sun and moon sign. So let's see if this give us a breakdown. Okay, so I got it to come up. So um I didn't already broke down enough about the sun sign. I could read some of it because it's just so much, and I be trying to make these videos shorter, but I be trying to give y'all as much information and depth that I can so y'all can really understand what it means to, have a certain sign and to be a certain zodiac sign and what each sign means in certain planets. So I'm gonna read some of this because it might tell you some of the stuff that I missed about being a Pisces sun. So Pisces are sympathetic, compassionate, unassuming, idealistic, intuitive, congenital, adaptive, psychic, emotional, creative, secretive, versatile, imaginative, self-sacrificing. They can also be impressionable, indecisive, self-pitying, hypersensitive and changeable. They need to serve others. Pisces are sentimental and romantic in love. At times, they expect too much from others and then feel hurt if the other person doesn't come through for them. They have a strong tendency to place their loved one on a pedestal. This leads to disillusionment when they discover their loved one has faults too. The symbol for Pisces is two fish swimming in opposite directions connected by a cord. One fish represents the personality and the other represents the spirit. These two opposing forces operate within a Pisces cause insecurity and indecisiveness. Handling these forces in a positive manner is very difficult for them. Some will seek to escape these pressures through eating, alcohol, drugs, or other excesses. That is what one fish represents. The other fish represents the Pisces rising to great heights through self-denial, sacrifice, and then ultimate attainment. Pisces learn through suffering and they need to learn perseverance. So that's about a Pisces personality. A lot of the stuff that I said, but some of the stuff, I might have missed. So that's in a nutshell what the sun and Pisces is like. So a moon and Gemini. Jessica Biel tends to internalize her feelings. Jessica Biel's mood comes through her words. At times, Jessica Biel is totally unaware of her own or other people's deeper feelings and emotional needs. Jessica Biel talks out her feelings and moods. Jessica Biel primary need is to communicate and share knowledge. Jessica Biel tends to avoid heavy emotional relationships and involvements because there is some tendency to be superficial. Jessica Biel is afraid of commitment. Jessica Biel requires a lot of mental stimulation and prefers to be among people with whom she can discuss her ideas and mental interests. Jessica Biel is sexually turned on by mental aspects of things. Jessica Biel possesses a diverse and sensitive intellect, as well as a strong drive to learn. Jessica Biel has the ability to be charming, humorous, and warm. She may suffer from nervous tension, anxiety, and stress. Jessica Biel is probably not a fan of debates and has a habit of talking excessively instead of telling the truth. Jessica Biel may tell people what they want to hear. Jessica Biel mental control needs to be improved, or else her indecisiveness and continual changing of mind will become a way of life for her. So that's basically a Gemini and what a Gemini moon would be. So what I noticed is that with her having a Pisces sun and a moon in Gemini, because like I said, that Gemini is not real big on emotional things and commitment, but Pisces is, and Pisces, because Pisces is an emotional sign. So that's why I said is that Jessica Biel can really probably got like a real balanced personality to where she's emotional but not too emotional, and then she logical but not too logical, because the her sun and moon sign kind of balance each other out, because Gemini is not really emotional and then Pisces is, so she could be kind of a good blend of the both of them. So her Mercury is in Aquarius. So Mercury is the planet of communication, ruled by Gemini and Virgo. So people who have a Mercury and Gemini and Virgo are going to be real good speakers. But Aquarius is an air sign also. So air sign is dealing with communication and intellect. So people who have a Mercury and Aquarius is also going to be good speakers also. But they going to have a unique way of communicating, because that's what Aquarius is about, is being unique and rebellious. So they might be also rebellious and forward thinking also. So real quick about a Mercury and Aquarius. Jessica Biel's thoughts tend to be unique, unusual, rapid, and coming completely out the blue. Erratic, unconventional, scientific, weird, and perhaps a bit ahead of their time. Jessica Biel is progressive and non-traditional thinker, and is very open and receptive to new technologies and breakthroughs in the latest discoveries in any field. Jessica Biel believes that humanity can resolve its problems through creative intelligence using intuitive minds and scientific principles. Jessica Biel is a bit impatient with those who are conservative and unimaginable, and those who are afraid perhaps to think about and try new things and ideas. Jessica Biel enjoys keeping up with the latest innovations and technologies. Reading science fiction helps give Jessica Biel food for thought regarding radically new ways of looking at things. Jessica Biel has a strong humanitarian impulse and aptitude for organization and she enjoys being involved in cooperative group efforts or business that are contemporary and innovative. Jessica Biel has a versatile, disciplined, practical, and original mind. Jessica Biel is intuitive and resourceful with the ability to correctly judge human character and penetrate the mask that others wear. Jessica Biel follows her own convictions regardless of what others think of her, and she has the ability to express her ideas clearly so that others easily comprehend them. On the negative side, Jessica Biel can be erratic, bohemian, radical, revolutionary, and stubborn. So that's all the characteristics of Aquarius. So that's what her talking and communication style would be like. Her Venus is also in Aquarius. So Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and harmony, ruled by Libra and Taurus. So with her Venus being in Aquarius, she gonna have a unique way of loving, just a different way of her love life. Can be a rebellious way, but for the most part with Aquarius and Venus is that they gonna have a different way of loving. They can be somebody who's open to an open relationship or open to dating multiple people, open to being in a poly relationship, maybe be even open to like homosexuality or being a part of the LBGQ community. Like, they gonna have a unique way in their love life, a unique way of doing things. Oh, Venus and Aquarius. Jessica Biel affections are expressed in an open, unconventional, rather detached way. Socializing, bringing people together, and having many friends and acquaintances very much appeal to Jessica Biel because Jessica Biel values friendship so highly. She may be comfortable being a friend than a lover. One thing's for sure, Jessica Biel highly dislikes possessive, clingy relationships. Jessica Biel wants to be free to do whatever she wants with whoever she likes. Jessica Biel wants an intellectual or spiritual connection with her partner, and this may even be preferred substitute over a very intimate or emotional binding. Jessica Biel needs a partner who will give her plenty of freedom, allowing her to be her own person and not be too demanding emotionally. Jessica Biel is charming, happy, original, but also cool, calm, and detached. The detachment is beneficial because she as a rule, is never possessive or of people or things. The feeling Jessica Biel has tended to be filtered through her mind and internalized. Jessica Biel needs to learn warmth and understanding. So yeah, that's Jessica Biel love life. So Venus a lot because a lot of people look at your sun sign when they look at being compatible. You can look at your sun and moon sign when it comes to being compatible with somebody. But also your Venus plays a big part because Venus gonna rule your love life. So a lot of times you can look and see if people Venus lines up. So we know that Jessica Biel been married to Justin Timberlake for like 10 years now. I think they got married in 2012. So now I want to take a look at Justin Timberlake zodiac chart to see if they zodiac charts lines up with each other and if that can explain, why they've been married for so long. So they actually got Justin Timberlake right here. No, Justin Timberlake are probably the Aquarius gang. So Justin Timberlake birthday is January 31st, 1981. So he 1 year older than her, and he Aquarius. Um, so let's look at his zodiac chart. So Justin Timberlake is a sun in Aquarius, a moon in Sagittarius, and his Venus is in Capricorn. So looking at their chart, so his sun is in Aquarius, hers is in Pisces. So that typically don't line up. Air and water signs don't typically not the most compatible or typically don't get along a lot. Because I know, like me, my worst relationship was with a Pisces, but the entire chart matters. But because also, if we look at her moon sign, I mean, his moon sign is a Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius doesn't line up with Pisces either because it's a fire and water. But both of their moon signs line up, but Sagittarius and Gemini lines up. It's an air and a fire sign goes together. Then Gemini and Sagittarius is opposite signs. So opposite signs when it comes to they usually can complete each other, and opposites attract. It can either go left because y'all don't understand each other, but then y'all can make each other whole with opposite signs. Because opposite signs, usually the other person got what you lacking. So, yeah, they moon sign definitely lines up with each other. So they inner self and they deeper feelings lines up. And then also her moon sign lines up with his moon sign lines up with her moon sign. Oh no, okay. So her sun sign, his sun sign lines up with her moon sign also, because we know Aquarius and Gemini gets along because they both air signs, and Aquarius and Gemini is probably the most compatible signs. Like if you look up with Aquarius most compatible sign, usually Gemini does come up. Next is like Sagittarius and Libra and Aries. So that lines up. So, his sun sign goes with her moon sign, and then both of their moon sign lines up. So that's why their relationship works and can work. Even though their sun signs don't line up, their moon sign do line up. So then Venus is a Capricorn. So hers is in Aquarius. So Aquarius and Capricorn is it's a tricky one because Earth and air is not the most compatible, because usually air go with air or fire and Earth go with earth or water. But Capricorn and Aquarius is both ruled by Saturn, or was ruled by Saturn. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus now, but they both was ruled by Saturn at first. So a lot of Capricorns and Aquarius do share a lot of similarities and a lot of traits, because they both was ruled by the same planet once upon a time. So Capricorn and Aquarius can tend to get along a lot better than like air sign with a typical earth sign, like a Aquarius with the Taurus or Aquarius with a Virgo. Even though some Aquarius and Virgos work, but Capricorn typically gonna work the most with the Aquarius, because they used to be both ruled by Saturn. So they Venus sign lines up also for the most part. So that's Justin Timberlake zodiac chart. So that can explain, why they married and why they've been together for a long time. Because they charts do line up. It's not the most perfect, and it's usually not, but it does match up for the most part. Back to Jessica. Okay, so her Mars is in Libra. So Mars is the planet of aggression and sexuality, is ruled by Aries. So yeah, if you have an Aries in that planet, you're gonna do good. But she has a Libra, which is, I guess, bad, and Mars, because Aries is the opposite of Libra is the opposite of Aries. So if you have an opposite sign in that planet, you usually gonna struggle in that area. So that, which means that basically Jessica Biel could struggle with aggression and passion. So she could be more so laid back and more so like a procrastinator, than a typical person who have a Mars sign. Like if you got a Mars in Aries or a Leo, you're gonna be more aggressive and more outgoing. But with hers being a Libra, she's gonna be more so peaceful and laid back. Oh, and then also about Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake, with him being an Aquarius and then her Venus being an Aquarius, like I said, that she needs a lot of freedom and a partner who not possessive and gives her space. That works with Justin Timberlake because he got all the signs of being an Aquarius. So that's also how their relationship can work. So her Mars being a Libra, Jessica Biel swings from being too pushy, aggressive, and confrontational and insisting on doing things her own way to become too eager to please and too compromising. Jessica Biel has a strong attraction to the opposite sex, and if Mars is well expected, then this brings popularity and goodwill. But if Mars is badly expected, what's that aspect? Then this can bring opposition and criticism from the public and opposite sex. Fickleness in love relationships and trouble from toying with the affections of others. The desire for competition and cooperation swing back and forth. Jessica Biel seeks a balance between acting independently and assertively and working cooperatory and interdependently with others. Jessica Biel may feel frustrated at times that she cannot simply do what she wants to, that she must always accommodate the needs and desires of others. Or Jessica Biel may feel hesitant to act in a positive, assertive manner if she does not have the support and approval of other people. Either way, Jessica Biel is not a loner. Jessica Biel achieves her goals by collaborating and joining forces with others, by being a team player. Jessica Biel is very concerned with the concept of fairness and becomes quite vocal if she senses someone is being taken advantage of. Jessica Biel may be attracted to legal pursuits. Jessica Biel avoids extremism and favors a balanced, moderate approach to living. Jessica Biel is unlikely to push herself too hard or to become frantically driven to reach her goals. Jessica Biel tends to be persuasive, perceptive, enthusiastic, and easygoing. Although at times she can be argumentative, Jessica Biel's politeness and patience may need to be cultivated. So yeah, like the things I said about a Mars and Libra, because it's gonna be the opposite of aggression. So that's why it says that she gonna struggle with aggression and gonna seek others' approval and can be more people pleasing and stuff like that. So that's her Mars and Libra. And then if you know Jessica Biel, like she get an impression of being laid back. She not really, she got a laid back and cool personality. You don't really see Jessica Biel being like real out there and known for being aggressive and all of them type of things. So yeah, so next are Jupiter's in Scorpio. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, and it's the planet of wisdom, luck, expansion, higher learning. So hers is in Scorpio. So Scorpio is another water sign, a fixed water sign. So dealing with a lot of Scorpios get associated with being dark, being sometimes manipulative, jealous, possessive. Uh, Scorpio is probably the most intelligent, one of the most smartest signs, one of the most hard working signs, one of the most giving signs. Yeah, so them some signs of Scorpio. Then, like I said, they are fixed water signs, so a lot of Scorpios don't care about how they feel, and they can not really care how you feel. So they can be stubborn when it comes to their feelings, and that's why they don't. That's why they become jealous and non-forgiving. A lot of Scorpios don't forgive a lot. So, yeah. So that hers is in her Jupiter is in Scorpio. So it said Jessica Biel tends to be efficient and hardworking with a flair for business and finance. Jessica Biel is resourceful and willing to do all the work necessary in the fulfillment of a task. Jessica Biel is secretive, but there is also great inner strength and courage. Jessica Biel has a magneticism that draws people to her. Jessica Biel has a inherent arrogant, aggressive, self-reliant nature in an enthusiastic, constructive mind. On the negative side, Jessica Biel may be troubled and lost through the indulgence of the lower nature in love of rich and expensive food and sickness on that account. Any tenderness for the wild speculation and risk taking should be controlled. There is an interest in the occult. Strong healing abilities may be present. These energies are meant to be used to gain higher consciousness and greater universal wisdom. So that's our Jupiter in Scorpio. Um, our Saturn is in Libra. Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. It's the planet of hard work, um, discipline, structure, the hard lessons in life. Like, Saturn is dealing with all of that structure. in your life. Like that's all the things that that Saturn is associated with, and it's ruled by Capricorn. So Capricorn shares a lot of them traits. So hers is in Libra. I actually think that Libra is exalted in Saturn. It means that it's a really good place to have your Saturn in. So because Libras deal with that's what Libras need the most in their life, and they can do their best if they have peace and harmony and balance and structure. So Libra is an air sign, a cardinal air sign, so it's initiating new ways of communicating. Um uh, Libra is associated with being peaceful, um, polite. They can be big into justice. They rule by Venus. So a lot of Libras gonna be associated with love. They gonna love to be in relationships. Libras to sign a partnership. So a lot of them gonna be in relationships or have partners. A lot of them gonna love beautiful things. A lot of them gonna be like, real superficial when it comes to like things that look good and nice and having nice things and stuff like that. So her Saturn is in Libra. So Jessica Biel is diplomatic, tactful, and she has a balanced judgment which inspires trust in matters of health. There may be urinary problems or trouble with the kidneys. Saturn tends to obstruct the filtering action of the kidneys, allowing toxic elements to stay in the bloodstream, intoxicate the body. Drinking diluted rather than spring mineral or tap water be better for her kidneys. There is a need for Jessica Biel to cooperate and share in harmony, patience, and love with other people. Marriage or partnerships may be restricting, requiring hard work and discipline so that she may learn the lessons of cooperation rather than competition. Marriage and partnerships give Jessica Biel a sense of security for that reason. She seeks them out. Um, Jessica Biel may marry for a variety of reasons, including practicality, financial gain, or to someone much older or more powerful. So, that tells a lot right there because we know she married to Justin Timberlake. So she definitely seek out marriage, and then it said that she might be married to somebody for practicality, meaning that it makes sense. So her and Justin Timberlake relationship makes sense. They both, celebrities and entertainers, financial gain. They both rich, but Justin Timberlake is even richer, I'm pretty sure. And then to someone who much older and more powerful. So Justin Timberlake is older. He not real older, but he a year older. And then, Justin Timberlake is more famous and more powerful than she is. Like, Justin Timberlake is bigger than Jessica Biel is. So that right there makes sense. Various possibilities exist with this position. Jessica Biel may take great trouble to find a mate who is able to demonstrate similar integrity. And this may marry at a later age than most, or she may choose an older partner or a contemporary who is apt to assure or undemonstrative. A desire for perfection may make Jessica Biel too demanding in their marriage, or view of marriage may be too conventional or old-fashioned. If Saturn is badly extracted, then Jessica Biel may be cold or rigid, married as a yoke with which she does not care to burden herself. Or lastly, Jessica Biel may tell herself that she will never find a partner who will measure up to her requirements on the bad side. So luckily she found somebody who met her requirements. So basically what this means is that she's gonna have high standards when it comes to marriage and being in love, which makes sense. So her Uranus is in Sagittarius. So Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. It's the planet of friendships, uh, rebellion, forward thinking, technology. What else? Being erratic, unsurprising events. That's all some things that Uranus is associated with. But it's mainly the planet of friendship and technologies and forward thinking. So hers is in Sagittarius. You know, Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. So they stopped giving us a breakdown. So I gotta look into what it says about Uranus and Sagittarius. So Uranus and Sagittarius can be quite rebellious, rejecting the status quo in their efforts to live free. Driven by the thirst for knowledge, self-expression, and new experiences, they may seek out unusual lifestyles or careers that allow them to feel they are unraveling the meaning of life. So that makes sense for her because we know that she's an actress, so that does help her need for seeking out, unusual lifestyle. But we know Sagittarius love traveling. You know, Sagittarius get associated a lot with traveling and being free and out there. So her career being an actress probably helped her in that area, being an actress, being able to travel the world, shoot in different states and countries and stuff like that. And then, it's a lifestyle that, like a Sagittarius would want to live, being open and free and, doing a lot of different things. So that makes sense with her Uranus being a Sagittarius. And that's what having a Sagittarius and Uranus would, that's basically what it means. And what that person traits would be like. Her Neptune is also in Sagittarius. So Neptune is ruled by Pisces, like I said earlier. Hers- So Neptune and Sagittarius can make you a runaway bride or a rolling stone. You can be impulsive, leaping into new experiences and chasing after fantasies. Putting down roots can be grounding as long as you don't pin yourself down completely. So, yeah, Neptune and Sagittarius is either gonna be somebody who gonna be a runaway bride, I guess what she is, or a rolling stone, somebody who just out there doing whatever they want to do. So she chose to be a runaway bride. So your imagination, creativity, and joy is transformed through education, experimental learning, and travel. So that's a Sagittarius and Neptune, which I guess can speak a lot to her personality. I wanted to look up what exactly do a runaway bride even mean. A bride to be who runs away from a wedding shortly before the ceremony, often due to cold feet. So my bad. I thought that was a good thing. So no, a runaway bride is somebody who, which I guess makes sense, who might run away from being married and sway away from being married. So yeah, so that could be her Neptune and Sagittarius. So maybe Jessica Biel was like that until she got married. Not sure. So Jessica Biel, what is she, 42? And I think she got married in 2012. So that means that she got married when she was in her 30s. So I think just like they said about her Neptune and Uranus, that she might get married later in life. So she didn't get married until she was in her 30s. So that can make sense. So in her 20s, she could have probably been, I'm not completely sure what Jessica Biel dating history is. I have to really look into that. But before Justin Timberlake, but she could have been, out here living her best life before she, turned 30 and settled down. He dated Gerard Butler, that or the act, well, that's just the rumor. I don't know. Of course, we know she dated Justin Timberlake. She dated Justin Bieber. I mean Justin Bieber. Derek Jeter. I didn't know that, but they dated for a year. She dated Chris Evans for like 5 years. Captain America, and then she dated Adam Labor Laborgina. Um, I don't know who he is. Probably an actor. Oh, they was together for 3 years. He is famous for seven. Oh, okay. So, um, he was in Seven Heavens. So I guess they dated on the show. You know how that go when you on the show with somebody, you end up dating them. So they ended up dating for 3 years, and then their birthday is 2 days apart. And he also a Pisces, so that makes sense. So a lot of people, well, it was 50-50 with Derek Jeter. So maybe she didn't date him, or maybe it was just a rumor. I don't know. But I guess for sure she dated Chris Evans, Adam, and Justin Timberlake, we know. So that's not really a big dating history, but ain't no telling who she might have dated that we don't know about. Oh, her Pluto is in Libra. Her Pluto is ruled by Scorpio, and it's the planet of death and transformation, like being able to transform and reinvent yourself and stuff like that in the afterlife. So deep insight into the most fundamental aspects of life change. So it encourages transformation through balance, cooperation, and fairness, which is Libra traits. This placement fosters the ability to let go of the most ingrained patterns, attachment, and fear. So basically, her transformation, it encourages transformation because, like I said, Pluto is about transforming yourself through balance, cooperation, and fairness. So that's where she got her best. That's where if she transformed through this way is best for her, basically. So yeah, that's a Pluto in Libra. So basically, if you got a Pluto in Libra, you're gonna find the best way to transform your life, and you're gonna get your best results through balance, cooperation, and fairness, which makes sense. Um, so yeah, that's her Pluto in Libra. So her North Node is in Cancer, and her Lymph is in Sagittarius. So we've been getting into North Node, because North Node tells what is your deeper passions in life. So your North Node is your direction in life and what it pulls you to become in life. So hers is in Cancer, which I guess gonna be about being loving, caring, and having a family. Um, you are encouraged to develop a deeper understanding of your emotions and to nurture both yourself and others. Learning to express your feelings and provide emotional support to loved ones will be essential. The domestic Cancer is often linked to domestically and home life. So she gonna be pulled to being nurturing and caring, being in a relationship and having a family. So which makes sense. So that can explain, why she married, and I think her and Justin Timberlake got kids, right? Oh, yeah, they do got kids. I think they got 2 kids. Hell yeah, they got a son, Silas, that's 8, and Needless, that's 3. So yeah, they had 2 kids together. So yeah, so basically Jessica Biel gonna have her biggest, her life gonna push her towards having a family and having kids and stuff, which she did. So that makes sense. And I think that's probably why I haven't seen Jessica Biel in no movies lately like that. So maybe that's why she kind of settled down or kind of fell back into being in movies and things like that to, be a mother and a wife. Because that's what she, naturally gonna be pushed as being. I see, because I haven't seen Jessica Biel in nothing in a minute. Uh, so she been in a couple movies. Bleeding Heart that came out in 2015. Accidental Love 2015, 2012, 2016. A Kind of Murder was 2016. So her last movie was in 2017. So yeah, she haven't been in no movie in like 7 years. So yeah, she really fell back on being in movies and being an actress to, I guess, become a mom and a wife, which makes sense. So she has been on TV. Well, she's been an executive producer, and she was in one episode of Scooby Doo, and then so she then fell back into the producer role. She really don't act too much no more. So hey, there you go. Her length is in Sagittarius. So okay, so yeah, your lymph is your hit self, the taboo parts of you, the um the part of you that you don't want to show people. So hers being a Sagittarius, I know it's gonna be some kind of dark and some other stuff. 'Cause we know how Sagittarius is. So yeah, so let the Sagittarius wild and carefree flirt of the zodiac. You have a curious mind and open heart, which fuels your desire to explore the world around you. So um so it's not telling us more, but basically what this means is that her hidden side to her is gonna be her wild side and her carefree side. So she might not show that to somebody. She might just only show that to Justin Timberlake and the people who really know her. So she could have like cause like I said, she really comes off across as balanced and laid back, but her deeper inside is that could have a wild side and have a carefree side behind the mask that she doesn't show people. So she probably, get down, behind closed doors. So that's her left in Sagittarius. So that's it. That's Jessica Biel zodiac chart. Then, like I said, her rising is also in Cancer. So Cancer is the sign that rules the home life. The opposite of Capricorn, who rules the work life. So a lot of Cancer is gonna be big into having a family and kids and all of them type of things. So, which makes sense also for Jessica Biel when you look at it. So that's Jessica Biel. Lastly, like I've been doing, looking into her certain traits or facts about Jessica Biel. We're gonna read some quick facts about Jessica Biel. So she was born in Minnesota. She started off as a singer, like I said. She became popular on Seven Heaven. She has a passion for philanthropy, supporting numerous charitable organizations. So we said that about her, the Aquarius in her charts, and the Libra in her charts, but I think it was her Mercury that said that she gonna be big into um being charitable. So that's an Aquarius trait. She got married to Justin Timberlake in 2012, like I said. She is an advocate for women's health. She has a skincare line. She's been in a wide range of films from action, drama, and romantic comedy. She is an executive producer, which I just said now. But she was executive producer for the critically acclaimed series The Sinner. Jessica Biel has been nominated for several prestigious awards throughout her career. She's been nominated for a Golden Globe, Primetime Emmy, and Screen Actors Award. She is an advocate for LGBTQ rights, Jessica Biel has a passion for outdoor activities. Jessica Biel voiced a character in the animated film The Illusionist. Jessica Biel is an ambassador for a global education organization. She has collaborated with renowned fashion brands. Jessica Biel has a black belt in martial arts. Didn't know that. She is an avid environmentalist. Jessica Biel starred in a science fiction Total Recall. So I remember that movie. She co-founded the Wellness Brown Kinder Farms. She is fluent in Spanish. She has been recognized for her humanitarian efforts. Once again, like I said, she has a great sense of humor. So that's gonna be her Gemini moon. Uh she starred in a crime thriller, The 18. She is an advocate for animal rights. She has a strong social media presence. She starred in a psychological thriller film, The Tall Man. I think it's the last movie that I've seen her in, and I only watched this movie because she was in it. It was all right. She's passionate for cooking. She has been involved in humanitarian trips to Africa. She advocates for mental health. She starred in a romantic comedy, Valentine's Day. She has a passion for photography. She has been involved in campaigns that address women's empowerment. She was in a movie, The Illusionist, which I said continues to captivate audience with her talent and charm. So yeah, them some facts about Jessica Biel, and then some of this stuff do speak to the stuff in her chart that she real big into humanitarian work, and then fighting for people rights and fighting for rights and stuff. So that speaks to her Mars and Libra, because Libra fights for rights and social justice and stuff like that. And then, like I said, Mars is gonna be your passion. So her passion and aggressive style gonna be that of a Libra fighting for rights and stuff like that. So that makes sense also. So that's the Jessica Biel chart. I think it once again tells the truth. Like I said, her and Justin Timberlake charts do line up for the most part. Um, her the way that she act, a lot of the stuff does speak to that. Just like I said, what else? So that's basically it. Like I said, our North Node matches. I didn't broke down everything. So y'all tell me what y'all think. I think this was another good one. Shout out to Jessica Biel, one of the most beautiful women of all time, for sure, for sure. Shout out to Justin Timberlake, my Aquarius brother, for winning. You won that life. You one of the biggest artists, and you got to marry one of the most beautiful women on the planet. So shout out to Justin Timberlake. And so yeah, that's it for Jessica Biel. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like I said, I got two more Pisces left. I'm gonna do Christian Rock real quick, and then I'm gonna do the serial killer that's a Pisces, the famous serial killer. Some of y'all can guess who that is because he's one of the most famous. So y'all can guess on that. But yeah, I'll be back, and then like I said, I'm gonna be dropping a video on the top 5 most attractive zodiac signs in my opinion coming soon. So I'll see y'all soon. Pisces season, I think, the end of this week. So I'm gonna try to squeeze these video in. I'm gonna try to do 2 this coming up week to try to catch it before Aries season ends. So yeah, that's it. I'll be back.